Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. In today's video, we're diving into a story that was never publicly announced. It wasn't part of a variety show. It wasn't fan-edited content, but something soft, quiet. And because of that, it felt more real than anything else. This story begins with just one sentence. 6 words, but powerful enough to shake anyone who hears it. Mom, I'll take care of him. A silent promise, not to fans, not to the public, but to the one person who means the most in Xiao Zhan's life. His mother. And what's more surprising, Xiao Zhan only found out about it years later, when he heard it for the first time, during what looked like an ordinary interview. He couldn't hold back his tears. Some things don't need to be announced loudly. There are feelings that grow in silence. Just like Wang Yibo is not an idol who likes to show emotion. He doesn't enjoy crowds, even when it involves people he deeply cares about. But within his silence lies something rare, pure sincerity. This story takes place a few years ago, when Xiao Zhan was at one of the lowest points of his life. One of the most important people in his world, his beloved grandmother, had passed away. That day, the world felt like it stopped. Xiao Zhan didn't say much. His face was blank. Everyone knew this loss wasn't just grief. It was a blow that shattered his emotional walls. The funeral was held privately. Family, close friends, and a few old companions came to pay their respects. And among them, someone arrived quietly. No fanfare, no cameras, no flashing name. Wang Yibo came alone. No crew, no manager, just him, with one intention, to be there. There were no dramatic hugs, no crying in each other's arms. The two of them stood apart, in silence. But anyone watching could feel one thing. They understood each other, without needing to speak. But there was one moment that slipped through the eyes of the public. A moment only a few people knew. A moment when Wang Yibo approached Xiao Zhan's mother and said something that would change everything. Mom, I'll take care of him. That's all. Whispered. Soft. Almost like a breath. Not spoken for others to hear. Not for image. Not for sympathy. It came from a heart that knew. When someone loses the one they love the most, what you can offer isn't comfort, but protection. And Xiao Zhan's mother stayed quiet. She looked at Wang Yibo for a long moment, said nothing, but in her eyes, trust began to grow instantly. Years passed. Their careers soared. Their names grew even bigger, but the storms didn't stop. Scandals, rumors, hate, lies, and their relationship, always a mystery. They were called co-workers, but the way they looked at each other said otherwise. They were called just friends, but whenever one of them was hurt, the other seemed even more broken. The public speculated. Fans built theories, but only the two of them truly knew what was happening. And maybe only one other person knew the whole truth. Xiao Zhan's mother. Until one day, an interview with Xiao Zhan changed everything. The show started casually. Light-hearted questions, friendly jokes. Then one of the hosts, known for being close to celebrity families, suddenly said, I heard, when your grandma passed away, someone told your mom he'd take care of you. Xiao Zhan froze. His face tightened. His breath caught. The host gently continued, as if testing his reaction. Rumor has it, that person was Yibo. And in that moment, every camera captured an expression that couldn't be faked. Xiao Zhan looked down, his hand clenched on his knee. His eyes filled with tears, but he tried to stay composed. Then, in a voice barely audible, he said, So he really said that? There was no dramatic background music, no sound effects, just silence, and the sound of trembling breath. It wasn't an actor's cry. It wasn't a rehearsed performance. It was the release of a wound that had been hidden for so long. Maybe he didn't know all this time. Maybe he had always felt alone. But that day, he finally realized, even when he didn't see it, someone had chosen to stay by his side. Silently, his tears fell, and the public wept with him. That moment went viral. A 20-second clip spread like wildfire on social media. Comments poured in on every platform. This isn't acting. This is a wound healed by 6 words. Love doesn't always need to be loud. Sometimes, it's a promise never even heard by the one it was meant for. Xiao Zhan cried, and we all cried with him. Fans around the world were touched. Some wrote open letters, some created fan art, others edited the clip with emotional background music, and millions came to feel that shared pain. Because in the end, not all love needs to be shouted. Not all promises need witnesses. Some are meant for just one person and one heart. Since that day, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo's relationship returned to the spotlight. Not because of dating rumors, but because people wanted to know, is that promise still being kept? The answer, never officially stated, never denied, but every time their eyes meet during an event, every time they speak to each other in hushed tones, everyone knows there's something deeper words can't explain. And maybe that's more than enough. Not everyone can see the meaning in a simple sentence. But to a mother who had just lost her own mother, and to a son who lost his place of safety, a promise from someone sincere may be the only strength left to hold on to. Mom, I'll take care of him. And that promise, though only 6 words, was enough to make a grown man cry, and millions of his fans cry with him. If you were in Xiao Zhan's shoes, what would you feel after hearing those words? And if you were Wang Yibo, what would drive you to make such a promise when there were no cameras, no audience? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this was just a friend being kind? Or was there something deeper, hidden all this time? We'll keep following their story, because in an entertainment world full of noise and performance, a story like this, told through silence, is rare and worth holding on to. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we'll return with more emotional stories that might just make you believe again in the magic born from a single, simple sentence. See you in the next video, only on Kpop World.